You don't have to worry about whether or not you'll be successful because God promises that His grace is sufficient for us and that His power is made perfect in our weaknesses.
Well, only on Fox, a recent Upstate graduate is going viral for the speech that she gave to her senior class, boldly sharing her faith and opening up about hardships in her life. I sat down with her to hear her story.
Even if you accomplish all of your dreams or none of them at all, you are still valuable and you are still good enough because you are made in the image of God.
I know sometimes when we have goals and plans and we don't see those goals realized, we feel depressed, okay? We feel anxious, we feel discouraged, we feel like we are behind, we comparing ourselves to other people, and we feel very sad and bad. But that message she just said is powerful because we do not identify ourselves because of what we are doing. As a Christian of God, we should identify ourselves to God, to Jesus Christ. It's not because we do not realize goals or plans that we are not valuable to God. It doesn't matter. Yes, it doesn't matter if we have success or not. We are still valuable to God. And I know that in this world right now, success means a lot of things for different people. For most people, success means having a great career, having a high-paying job, being influential, being popular, having a business, being an entrepreneur, be wealthy, having all those stuff. That's what means being successful for most people in this world. But I want to know, as a Christian, what does it mean being successful?
These are the parting words from valedictorian and senior class president Lydia Owens to her graduating class at Woodmont High School. In the 3-minute speech, Owens shares how her decade-long definition of success was redirected 2 years ago.
I had that reality check almost 2 years ago when my mom passed away. When tragedy struck my life, it was not my grades nor my accomplishments that helped me navigate through that loss. When everything else in my life felt uncertain, the only person that I could depend on to stay the same was Jesus.
I remember when I lost my sister, I had at that time a lot of dreams, a lot of goals, a lot of plans. But I noticed that when I was grieving my sisters, all those things didn't mean nothing for me. They were wordless. They were like, I didn't care, okay? I didn't care about school. I didn't care about money. I didn't care about those plans. I didn't care about nothing. The only thing that I wanted is to have my sister back. I wanted my sister to be there. So at that time, I understand that the things that are more valuable for us are the people we are closer to, our family, our husband, our kids. And until now, until today, those are the things that are more important in my life or for me. The money, the career, the things that we have, the cars, the house, all those things are, like Solomon said, worthless. The time when we are going through hardship is at that time that we grow, okay? It's at that time that we learn different things. We understand things differently. And we also get closer to God. I know some people get far away from God because they don't understand. They're asking God, why? But some people, like me, we understand that everything that God does is better, is good for us. Even if we do not understand, even if we want to know the reason. But sometimes we do not know the reason, we do not understand, we do not know nothing. But we just have to trust God and say that, God, I know that everything you do is best for me. Even if I don't understand that, I need to accept that.
Owens says her mom was her biggest inspiration.
Well, she always pushed me to be my best self. She always encouraged me in my faith. She's the reason that I had such a strong faith. She was the example to me of how to be a godly woman and how to love people intentionally.
But it wasn't always easy.
I got really into like a hard place where I was really doubting God and just like his plan for me was. I didn't understand how God could use such a terrible tragedy in my life for his glory.
Her father, Brian, says apart from their faith in Christ, they had each other to lean on.
Well, right after her mom passed away, I talked to the whole family and just said, I don't really know where we go from here. I don't know really what we're going to do, but whatever we're going to do, we're going to do it together.
Also just remembering that's what my mom wanted me to do. She wouldn't want me to like be sad and just give up. She wanted me to be my best and she wanted me to keep going.
Encouraging those around her despite the hardships life brings.
You don't have to worry about whether or not you'll be successful because God promises that his grace is sufficient for us and that his power is made perfect in our weaknesses.
2 Corinthians 12:9-10. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore, I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. God said his grace is sufficient for us, and his power is perfect when we are suffering, when we are weak. This verse is so powerful. I just want to memorize and put that verse into my heart and my head, because I feel like this verse can work in every situation. If you are anxious, depressed, worried, you just lost your wife, you just lost your job, you just going through hardship or difficult things in your life, I think this verse can help so much. I think I'm going to start memorizing this verse because I want to be reminded of this verse every time I'm going through something hard in my life.
I asked Lydia what it was like hearing the roaring applause from her peers.
I was like, okay, like this was the moment that God wanted, like what happened with my mom to be used for. It was really difficult and it was really scary, but I got a very overwhelming positive feedback. I definitely did have some people tell me that like, oh, I knew you were going to talk about Jesus, but like that's going to happen no matter what you say.
I was squalling like a baby. Obviously, there's a lot of joy and pride there, but likewise knowing that her mom wasn't there to celebrate with us this huge accomplishment. But I also take recognition of the fact that I know that she was looking down and she was definitely smiling from heaven on that day.
I don't want anyone to say, wow, Lydia, you did a great job. Like, you were the one that said all those words. Like, that wasn't me speaking. Like, yes, I said the words, but that was God speaking through me.
Well, Lydia says being a graduate doesn't quite feel real just yet, but in the fall, she's actually going to be attending Anderson University, majoring in elementary education. So we wish you the best, Lydia.